Welcome to the Enchanted Ears podcast,
where we discuss anything and everything Disney.
I'm Angela.
And I'm Joe, and on today's episode, we're going over our 2024 holiday gift guide.
Yes, exciting. Now I can learn what to get you.
Exactly. That's what this is all about. So, but before we get into that, let's cover the Disney news of the week. So, Disney is starting to kind of hype up 2025 for the parks of like what's coming to the parks. They even have like a merchandise preview, but some of the stuff that's interesting around the park. So we got a name for the new villain show. So it is going to be called Villains Unfairly Ever After. So that's the new show coming to Hollywood Studios in the summer of 2025. There's a new lounge at Spaceship Earth that's going to be debuting in 2025. The new version of Test Track, the new Zootopia show. We knew all about these things, but kind of just further confirmation that they are going to happen in 2025. One thing, though, that's interesting with Dinosaur closing, that's going to become Indiana Jones. Disney came out and said, hey, 2025 is your last chance to ride Dinosaur before it goes extinct. So Dinosaur, it sounds like, will be open for all of 2025. It won't be closing until sometime in 2026, which is really exciting for fans of Dinosaur.
Yeah, absolutely. I was a little surprised to learn that. Did they actually say in their press release before it goes extinct?
I'm pretty sure
did you make that
I'm
up?
pretty sure. Yes. Through 2025, go get that dino before extinction.
Huh. They better come out with a lot of limited edition dinosaur merch because I am all in. I love that ride.
Well, we talked about this a few weeks ago of like how, Muppet Vision is going to be closing and the way they're building these things that they don't need to close them right away before they start. So same with Dinosaur. Like they're starting to work on Encanto and the other parts of Dino Land, but Dinosaur will still be around for another year, that they can kind of strategically schedule the closings of these attractions to drum up interest in merch or to get people, hey, this is your final chance. It's your final year. And then, and get people excited about the rides closing. Yeah. And then shortly after, in a year or two, have new attractions. So they can kind of stretch out building these new lands over 4 years of kind of excitement and reasons to come to the park between your last chance to ride the old attraction and then your first chance to ride the new one.
Yeah, that's really interesting. Also, I have to go back and rewind. Unfairly Ever After, you said, was the name of the show?
Yes.
Because that's kind of a strange title, right? Like the term is happily ever after. So the natural choice there seems like it would be unhappily ever after.
No, here's the thing. It's because the whole thing's probably going to be that they're not really villains. They were just treated unfairly. And they're made to look like the bad guy.
I get it, but I'm just saying the saying is happily ever after, so it would make sense to put the "un" in front of happily, and then.
Well, they are happy though. They're happy villains. It's just.
Well, maybe they're unhappy that their legacy has been
just treated
tarnished.
Unfairly. But so that's a summer. So that should be coming out in summer. The new Little Mermaid musical adventure as well. Summer over at Hollywood Studios. And then the new nighttime parade, we got a name for that. That's called the Disney Starlight Parade. So that's going to be coming out in the summer. So big summer over at Disney World, over at Disneyland. They're going to be celebrating their 70th anniversary this year. So that's going to be starting in May. I believe May 16th is the official day. And they said that'll be running through 2025 into 2026. So we know Paint the Night is coming back. They kind of teased that.
Yeah, they're getting a bunch.
That is going to be returning to Disneyland for the 70th anniversary. Wondrous Journeys is coming back. That's the castle show. Also on May 16th, so when the 70th kicks off, the Walt Disney show that is taking over and is going to be sharing space with Great Moments with Mr. Lincoln. So the Walt Disney animatronic, that show is kicking off. So like they mentioned at D23, that will be the main show for the debut. I'm not sure if that's going to be for the entire 70th anniversary or not, but then it will eventually be in rotation with Great Moments with Mr. Lincoln. So you'll be able to see both shows. So I'm not sure how long it'll be exclusively the Walt show, but that will be debuting in May as well. So kind of completely forgot that it was the 70th anniversary of Disneyland, like with everything else going on. So it seems like, again, they'll have some unique things there, and I'm sure they'll just add more to the celebration. A year and a half, it basically sounds like almost 2 years.
Yeah, it looks like we're going to have to make our way over to Disneyland again because I don't want to miss all of the really cool offerings that they're having. And I'm sure they're going to have really cool merch to go along with it. And just, I feel like, I think it's been, has it been a year since we've been to Disneyland?
Yes. Yeah, we were there for the half marathon last year, coming up on a year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I feel like, we
It's
got to,
time. It's time to
it
go.
is time.
Yeah, so I think the good thing is with the 70th, again, it's going to go through 2026. So you'll have plenty of time to go and kind of be part of the 70th celebration and everything they have going on. And if they do kind of like what they did at Walt Disney World, like they add things throughout the celebration. And then at the end, there's this big push of like the final chapter of the anniversary celebration. There's even like new stuff kind of at the end to kind of get people excited again. So so a lot of exciting stuff. 2025 is gearing up to be a great time to go Walt Disney World or Disneyland.
Yeah, absolutely. I think there's a lot to look forward to there.
All right, so let's talk holiday gift guide. If you have a Disney lover that you're looking for, still a few weeks left to shop before the holidays. So these are some ideas for maybe that person you're not sure exactly what to get them.
Would this be a good idea for somebody who's difficult, maybe likes to pretend like they don't like presents?
I was going to say no ulterior motives to this episode in any way, Angela. Not that, hey, these are hints for things.
So maybe just cough before there's maybe one that you think is particularly intriguing to you.
Okay. So I'll cough before all of them.
I mean, I know that you have some.
We
of
have
these.
some of these.
Yeah,
yes, we do have some of these.
You have some of these, so I know that it's not going to be all of them, but there might be one or two in here. I did get you one present. You don't like surprises though, so I had to reveal it to you. So I wouldn't mind getting you another couple presents.
Another present, yeah. And these are all like we try to do a mix of, some of these are books we'll get into, but a lot of these are Etsy sellers, people on Instagram that are custom made things from Disney. This isn't necessarily like Disney merchandise.
Shop Disney.
Yeah. That we have here. This isn't like spirit jerseys. Like we have our holiday spirit jerseys from last year. Spirit jerseys, that's always a good gift, but wanted to like find some more unique things, potentially as gift ideas. So let's start with books. A couple good books that we would recommend. So Bob Weiss, we actually had him on the show twice talking about both of his books. So he has books Dream Chasing and Ghost Dog out.
So yeah, we have them here. So for somebody who maybe doesn't like fiction, this would be the better choice.
That's basically all about his 40-plus year career in Imagineering. So that's kind of like his biography.
Right. So yeah, for your Disney trivia buff, like this would be a really good one. And then if you have like a younger child, this would be a good book for them. Or even like I found it enjoyable. The only thing that I would just caution about is the kid, like the theme is the kid does lose his dog at the beginning of the story. So if that's something that maybe somebody would be sensitive to, I would just kind of keep that in mind. But it's a fun book, and it's obviously a work of fiction.
And then speaking of, if you're a history buff, Disney history buff, I always recommend Neil Gabler's biography of Walt Disney, which is called Walt Disney, The Triumph of the American Imagination. It is a huge book. It goes into incredible detail from Walt's upbringing, and that, kind of goes into like how that basically shapes, the Walt Disney Company and kind of like his motivations as an adult. Great book. It's a great read. I don't have my copy here with me, but it's something like I want to revisit because we talk about things and like there's callbacks to that all the time because it is so detailed into Walt's history and the company that I feel like I need to read it again and kind of remind myself of what happens there. And then the last one is Creativity Inc. This is an older book too. Not out recently. This came out a few years ago. This is by Ed Catmull, who is the president of Pixar. So this kind of goes into how they built kind of like their brain trust and how they view creativity, and basically kind of if you ever wanted to know like what went into them coming up with all the ideas at Pixar and that sort of thing. And it goes into somewhat of the history of Pixar. That's a great read as well.
Yeah, I've only heard you say good things about Creativity Inc. And I'm finally to the point now where I think when you first read this, I only read fiction. And then I kind of oscillate back and forth between reading fiction exclusively and reading nonfiction exclusively. So I think that I might be kind of swinging back toward the nonfiction side. So maybe I'll actually read it now.
Yeah, and it's great if you're anybody that is in any sort of like creative field, or you want to be creative as just like a hobby or a side hustle or anything. Like it goes into those concepts of like what like where does creativity come from? What does it mean to be creative? I mean, it talks about at Pixar, like they, you know, would get rid of an entire movie. Like if it wasn't working, they'd get through pre-production, they'd start working on the movie, and if they just couldn't crack the story, they would scrap it and start over again. And the idea of just kind of continuing, and if it's not good enough, if you don't feel like it's going to work, you know, a lot of people get into this thing of, well, I did so much, I have to see it through, and it might not be a good product, that they will try to find the best product. And sometimes there's an idea in that kind of helps you move forward. So really interesting that, yeah, is kind of a helpful thing too, or could be helpful to people. All right. And so getting into some of the like custom gifts that you can get from, again, like small sellers on Etsy or Instagram. One thing that I got that I'm absolutely in love with is from Galactic Garden Arts. And we'll put links to all these in the description and everything too, if you're interested in them. But they make Disney themed planners. They're all 3D printed. They are all kind of like made to order. But they came out with one this year that is Living with the Land. I have it here. So if you're just listening to this, check it out on YouTube. But look at this thing. It's absolutely incredible. They have the boats that you can kind of spin around. I did get like a little speaker for it because I feel like the only thing missing is the pan flute music. And I want to try to like put a little speaker into it so it plays that Living with the Land pan flute music, because you can almost hear it just kind of like looking at it. But I want to add that. But this is made by Galactic Garden Arts. These things sell out so quickly. Like they drop them, like basically follow them on Instagram because they announce, hey, they're going to drop. And within like 2 minutes, these things sell out. So I was lucky enough to get one of these this year. But they have a bunch of other planners as well. But this one is just phenomenal. I love it.
I think that this is another gift idea that I had for you, is you need a plant for actually in there. So I don't know what you're looking for. I was looking for ones like a succulent that would stay relatively small.
Yeah, that's what you need.
So if any listeners are into succulents and you know of any good ones that would go in there and look great, hit us up, because I would love to know. I think a little cactus would be kind of cute.
Yeah, something in there would be good. But yeah, but I love that. That's a great one. But also check out all their other planners as well. I think
you were so excited about
this. I think they
this.
have a Spaceship Earth one. They have a few other ones too as well.
Yeah, and another, like kind of in a similar vein of something that would remind you of the parks, if you go to magicbandreaders.com, you can get like an actual, like it looks exactly like the Magic Band readers that you scan into at the parks with your Magic Band. So it's just like a fun like little callback to the park. And if you're just like, you want to feel like you're at home but you're really at a Disney park, you can just go get your Magic Band, put it on, and scan in.
Yeah, it scans. It does the different colors. So
do you think yours would turn purple?
Well, I think you can set it to do whatever you want. But they also have like wait time signs as well. So I think it pulls like the actual wait time of the attractions. So like you can buy like It's a Small World wait time thing, and I think it shows you the actual wait time. Well, that's just, I mean, it's on the internet.
I was going to say, that's a lot of tech to put in there, though.
And then some of the other ones, yeah, they have like the traditional Magic Band readers. They have some theme ones as well. But that's a pretty cool, yeah, like little gift. Like if, yeah, you want to make your home kind of like you're going into a Disney park. I
want to find a way to get one of those, but put it outside of our front door and it actually be access to our house, like a key.
Yeah. I'm sure you could like retrofit it, like somebody, if you're good with technology or something like that, because they have those.
We should put your dad on this.
They have those like Bluetooth key unlockers that unlock with your phone or something. I'm sure you could do something similar like that. So another really cool thing that I found, just kind of like looking for stuff, and this, we do not have this, but these are like awesome. They're incredibly detailed. Definitely recommend everybody go look this up. But it's Nick's Fix Las Vegas is the name of the site. Custom signs. So he has like Tiki Room signs, Club 33, Haunted Mansion, the classic Disneyland sign, like legit look like they are from Disney. Like the Enchanted Tiki Room sign looks like it is from the Enchanted Tiki Room. So he has some on there that are like pre-made, but I think you can do custom order ones if you have a longer lead time. Pretty reasonably priced too for some of these signs, like a few $100s, but incredibly awesome. So if you ever wanted, again, like, hey, maybe you're going to have a room that's going to be like Disney themed. You're going to have your Magic Band reader at the door. You're going to have a sign or something. You want to make it Tiki Room themed, Haunted Mansion themed. I mean, this looks like it's a sign from the actual park.
I was going to say, I'm looking right now at this Club 33 one, and it's Cyber Monday when we're recording. So it's on sale for $45 currently. And I'm like, well, where could we put this in our house? Like,
yeah.
That would be pretty cool. I actually kind of want to put it on our front door, like right outside our house. But
so we're gonna have a Club 33, a Magic Band reader.
Yeah, these are really cool.
I think the doorbell should be the pan flute music from Living with the Land. I mean, we should just lean into all this.
I agree.
Just completely lean in. So another one that we found on Instagram is the Brush Me Off on Instagram, brushmeoff.com. But she's an artist, and she will take your Spirit jersey,
unreal,
and custom paint. So like on the back where it says Disneyland, Walt Disney World,
she paints it.
We'll do whatever you want to. It also, I've seen shoes. She does other artwork as well, but like does a lot of this with the Spirit jerseys and everything. Whatever you want. So if you like Toy Story, can kind of make it all Toy Story themed, or if you like Nightmare Before Christmas themed. Absolutely incredibly done too.
It is. They make for amazingly entertaining videos, and also the only issue with this is I would never want to wear that Spirit jersey. Then
well, that's the thing.
I would be.
You can't wash it. Yeah, you'd be afraid to wash it or anything.
So afraid, but they look amazing, and like how she'll turn all of the letters in Disneyland like into characters. It's incredible. I will say, I could probably, no, I couldn't do anything like that, but I could like decorate the letters, but I'd be so worried that I'd mess up my Spirit jersey. It's like, they're not cheap. So I don't know, maybe you have to buy something cheap and then like learn how to do it. But what she does is incredible. And then like, if she's also one of the people that paints the shoes, like that's even more impressive. Like just crazy how good she is.
Yeah. Could get a full custom fit there. Yeah. Custom shoes, custom Spirit jersey. You're ready to go in the parks.
Yeah, absolutely. I think that this would be good for your Disney YouTuber who never leaves the house and wants to look really, really fly in their videos, but knows that they're going to take it off after like 15 minutes. But they're awesome. So if there's somebody in your life who is an avid Disney race runner, a Run Disney runner, and they have all of these beautiful medals and they don't quite know how to display them, then I would really highly recommend the Allied medal hangers on Etsy. They are beautiful. We've bought two because we had one that was too small.
We outgrew the one.
Yeah, it was too small. And then when we ran more races, we ended up having to buy a bigger one. And it's the Disney castle, and it has like various characters on it. It is really cool. It's metal.
Yeah, they have all different ones. So like we have the Walt Disney World one. They have different kind of styles and different sizes as well. So you're right. So we bought a smaller one, quickly outgrew that one. So I would say that if you are buying this for somebody or you're buying this for yourself because you're like, hey, I'm starting to do Run Disney or whatever, buy bigger than what you need.
Yeah.
Because chances are if you've done 1 or 2 Run Disney races, you're probably going to do
3 or 4,
7 or 8. I was going to say.
And then you're going to be talking about having a perfect season.
And then once you get the challenge medals, you can really rack up a lot of medals, every Run Disney weekend. So give yourself some room for growth there.
I'm trying to figure out how many years before I retire so that I can have a perfect Run Disney season.
Oh yeah, to do every race.
I want to do every race, both
season.
coasts. Yeah. Like I think that would be so fun. Like every in-person race, not all they do a lot of
That would
virtual.
be the most stressful year in terms of registering for every race. You would have to sign up.
You have to sign up for
the Run Disney Club.
The club what is it like? It's pretty expensive. It's like $1,000.
It depends. There's various levels, but you'd have to sign up.
You'd probably want to sign up for the highest level so that you can ensure you get all of them.
That you're guaranteed for that. Because that would be extremely stressful if you had to go into registration every single time. And then hey, you're at the last race and that's the one you don't get registered for or something. That'd be crazy there. But yeah, this is great. Yeah, we love our our race medal holder. And like we said, yeah, we kind of outgrew it and got a bigger one.
It's good inspo. We have it in our like gym, our little gym area in our house, and it's fun to go and look at them. And you've done a really nice job of like laying them out and hanging them together.
And then moving on to some fish extender ideas. So if you're looking to take a Disney cruise this year, fish extenders are a big thing. If you're not sure what fish extenders are, they are basically
it's like a stocking. You set out a stocking and you hang it on, instead of your chimney, you hang it outside of your door, and then people will put little gifts in it.
You get in groups. Yeah. So basically like look on Facebook or something.
Yeah, Facebook is the place to go
for your cruise date, and then you can get in fish extender groups, and so they kind of pair people up. And then yes, it's you every day of the cruise or something, you're supposed to kind of give little trinkets or gifts. And so that way when you come back to your room, like there's always stuff in your stocking on there outside your door. So with fish extenders, like good gift ideas for fish extenders, something small. Like you're on a cruise, everybody has to take one. You have to bring all of this, with you, all of these gifts for people. And then everybody has to take all of that stuff home. So you don't want to give like really big gifts that are like hard to travel with, hard to carry, that sort of thing. So one thing that was huge on our cruise this past year was like friendship bracelets. Yeah. And I think because of the Eras Tour, friendship bracelets are just like really popular. But that's a super easy thing to do. You can make them yourself. Like they sell, friendship bracelet kits on Amazon or whatever. There are people out there that sell like Disney themed friendship bracelets or friendship bracelets, but like that's a super easy thing to do. That's an easy one to
make because you're usually giving something every day, and so you need like various ideas. And again, none of them, it's not like you're giving a $10-15 gift a day. It's like a couple bucks, something that's like fun. And then maybe if you wanted, I think that we did have a couple people like give like one like bigger like gift that was a little bit more expensive. But yeah, they were really, really cool. But I think you got some cool ideas here.
And they're also easy to like customize for favorite characters, favorite colors, that sort of thing, to like make it a little bit more personal. Some other things I found on Etsy was a Mickey and Minnie tic-tac-toe. This one was from Luca Nat Creations over on Etsy. So it's a little bag that has the tic-tac-toe pieces in it. They're bows. And then the tic-tac-toe board's on the outside. So again, it's small, it's compact, it's an easy thing. Like it's a fun thing to do on a cruise where you're kind of in your room or you're just kind of chilling around the cruise ship, a fun little game to kind of play. It's a nice little travel gift. That seemed like a really cool gift. Like it was a good fish extender idea. The other one is like dated ornaments or something dated around the date of your cruise, something specific. That's something good to buy for yourself or like for a family member. Like, hey, if you're going on a cruise and you want to remember that, or even again as like a gift idea. So Sorcerer Gifts on Etsy was one of the ones I found. There's a ton of them on there as well that have these like dated ornaments that you can kind of customize for cruises. You can put your name, your date, and that sort of thing on there.
These are pretty cool. Like they use one of those, I can't remember what they're called, that they burn into the wood to like carve a picture out, and then that's how they do it. So this is a really neat idea to kind of commemorate your cruise.
Yeah, exactly. It's good for yourself or good for a gift for somebody. So that wraps up the show. Again, some gift ideas. It sounds like we are going to be converting the front of our house into a Club 33, scan your magic band, living with the Landsar doorbell. It's going to be a whole big thing now. Our house is going to be very easily identifiable to everybody after all of this. But hopefully you gave some good ideas for our listeners. Let us know in the comments or over on Instagram which one of these you like or kind of what's your go-to gift idea this year. We're at Enchanted Ears Podcast over on Instagram. But that wraps up the show for this week. I want to thank everybody again for listening. If you've not done so, please leave us a rating or a review. Subscribe wherever you get your podcasts. It really helps, and we really appreciate it.
Thank you for lending us your ears.
Have a great week, everybody. We'll see you here next Monday.
Bye-bye.